Okay. Welcome. Huh? Hello? Wake up. Today is Friday. It's even though rainy day, but we are very close to the end of the semester. Huh? So everybody needs to prepare term paper, and each of you can make a group to present group presentation after you prepare term papers. Okay? So you have to select a topic from the international trade between the China and we talk about China, U.S., Latin America, and Europe. Okay, so many countries, India. Okay, so many countries we discuss. So I hope you can choose any interesting topics. Okay, I already posted the data. I already posted the data on the Blackboard.
The group project?
On the group project. You can click the group project and then you can see the data. So today I'm going to show you how to use the data to prepare term papers and complete your group projects. Let's see. Okay, so I want to review again about 5 steps to conduct empirical research project. Number one is first part. There's 5 steps. There's 5 steps basically. The first step is interest or question. Okay? You have to choose any interesting topics. Okay? Today, but I will use the exchange rate between China and U.S. Okay? That's my interest. So you can choose any one, but I will show you an example. Okay? Second step, if you choose the interest, you need to develop a theory. We discuss many theories in the class. So maybe you can search some paper or theories from internet, okay? By searching Google source, or either way you can find some good papers and read it and review it. Okay? And also you can develop some theory. Based on the theory, you can figure out what kind of data will be needed to prove the theory. After we complete the theory, after we develop the theory, we need to prove the theory is realistically acceptable in the real world. In the real world, this theory will be acceptable or not. We need to test it. Before we test, we need to collect the data for the test. Okay, we need to collect data from by many different ways. So by using the data, we can implement appropriate empirical techniques, such as regression techniques and hypothesis analysis. Okay, by the graph, by many different ways, we can investigate the data. After we learn the model and after we test the data, we can find some results, but we should know how to interpret the results correctly. Okay? Correctly. And then we can make conclusion based on the result. And then we will be ready to write a summary and then prepare the report. Also you can prepare the PowerPoint presentation to share your results with others, other peoples in the class. So briefly, today I just want to show you more empirically and realistically. Okay, so today I just want to show you how to prepare each step by using the data. Okay? So number one is interest. Okay, my interest of question is as I mentioned, is the dollar per yen, this exchange rate, how the exchange rate has been changing and what will happen in the future. Because two countries are really big important big influence countries in international trade. Okay, right now, this century, and also in the future also, this country will be really important two players in international trade. So this is my interest. So what will happen? These two currencies, two country currencies will be changing. Number two is develop theory. Okay, build up. Okay, build a theory of this exchange rate. But what we saw the theory is basically theory can be explained by the by building a graph. Okay, basically in US yuan will be foreign currency. Okay, yuan will be foreign currency. So how the yuan will be fluctuating, because so far dollar is the international standard of euro monies, okay, international monies. So dollar is not traded, okay, in US. But when you consider the foreign currencies, basically we can think about yuan will be traded, okay, as a foreign currencies in US. So the ratio will be dollar per yuan. Per yuan, how much dollar will be required? Okay, to how much dollar will be needed to exchange the 1 yuan. So basically, also, but in the market, by the demand and supply, the exchange market, okay, foreign currency exchange market will be can be explained, okay, by using demand and supplies. So there will be exchange rate and the yuan's amount, how much amount of yuan will be traded will be determined. This is theory. Okay. So for example, if there's some equilibrium, okay, equilibrium exchange rate, equilibrium amount of yuan is traded, but some economic shock, economic impact, or some economic change occur, what will happen to this price? So based on economic conditions, market conditions, exchange market conditions, dollar per yuan exchange rate might be fluctuating. Okay, it might goes up, it might goes down. But as you know, the dollar per yuan, yuan was more historically since 1990s. Historically, yuan has been appreciated. It goes up by the demand. Usually, demand increase. Okay, D1, D, and D0, D1. When U.S. people demand more yuan, okay, yuan demand goes up, then the ratio will goes up. Okay. This is ratio will goes up, the exchange rate will goes up, and more yuan will be traded in the market. When yuan is more demanded, the yuan demands increase, this thing will be happening. So how the dollar per yuan will be determined by demand factor and supply factors. But from this theory, what we discussed, okay, in the classroom, what we find out is dollar per yuan usually will be determined by 3 factors. Okay. In the short run, medium term, and in the long run. Okay. We look at this theory by the short term and mid term and long term different time period we look at. But so in the short run, dollar per yuan usually will be fluctuated by interest rate. Okay, Chinese interest rate China, and interest rates of US. This is in the short run, dollar demand, okay, like the yuan demand. Chinese money will be okay, fluctuated by the interest rate change. For example, China interest is much higher than US interest rate. Then China demand, yuan demand will goes up. because many people, Goldman Sachs and other companies, want to invest money to China. You see, to invest money in China, people want to buy yuan. They want to have demand yuan, Chinese money. So in the short run, interest is really fluctuating. In the short run, can be fluctuating. So in the short run, interest rate will be a main determinant of the exchange rate. Okay, so you have to clearly understand. I hope you can clearly understand this situation. And other one, in the midterm, okay, not in the short run. Usually short run is about year, okay? Year determinant. The midterm is about between 2 years and 5 years, okay? Usually we can say between 2 and 5 years. Within 2 and 5 years, economic growth rate, China, and economic growth rate of US will be a midterm determinant of exchange rate. So usually when you compare last 5 years, the economic growth rate between China and US, China economic growth rate was much higher than US. Okay? So more people, okay, so basically when China growth rate is really higher than US, then Chinese people will have more income than US people. Okay, that's another difference. Because China growth rate is much higher, then Chinese people's income growth will be much higher than US people's income growth rate. Okay, in terms of growth rate, not absolute money, but relatively. Okay, relatively. And in terms of change, income change, Chinese income growth will be much higher than US income growth. Then, when we compare the yearly change, annual change, Chinese people will have more demand to import than US people. So US people can export to China. At the time, so when Chinese economic growth rate much higher, then because Chinese people want to import made in US, so dollar demand will be much higher than yuan demand. Make sense? So this ratio will be negative impact will be here, okay, on dollar for yuan. So if China economic growth is much higher than US, then dollar will be more appreciated than yuan. So this ratio will pull it up. Okay? This is the midterm determinant. In the long run, what we discussed in the international trade class, in the long run, what we find out is the price penalty. Okay, price penalty. This is interest penalty, but in the long run, price penalty will be long run determinant of exchange rate. It means the US price and China price. Okay, China price. In the long run, the price level will be converged, equalized. The price level will be equalized. So, price level usually can be measured by inflation rate. Inflation of China, inflation of US. This is long-term impact. So this is short-term and the mid-term and long-term impact. This is our theory. So based on this six independent variable will determine the fluctuation of the exchange rate. This is basic theory. But in the theory, maybe you can identify, okay, how much impact, what kind of impact will be there by the independent variables. How much dependent variable will be how the dependent variable will be changed. For example, this is dependent variable, okay? Dependent variable. This is independent independent variables. We usually say, okay? So dependent variable, this is dependent variable will be determined by the independent variables. But in theory, we can put some hypothesis. Hypothesis, okay? Basically, our hypothesis in the theory, from the literature review, from the class, what we learned is, if China interest is higher than US interest, China interest is going up, then US citizen want to invest money in China. To invest money in China, the yuan's demand will be increased. So yuan will be appreciated. US interest going up, then dollar will be appreciated. This ratio will go down, minus. China, as I mentioned in the midterm, China's growth rate goes up, then the dollar demand will go up. So the dollar to yuan ratio will be what? Will be negative. Okay? Because dollar will be more appreciated, yuan will be depreciated. US growth rate, this is plus. If inflation, if China price is more high, but if in China if there's more inflation, then this ratio also in the theory we can put some hypothesis. Okay, this is kind of hypothesis. Theory looks like a hypothesis. We need to identify. Okay, in the theory this is not tested, but theoretically we can figure out if Chinese price, okay, Chinese product price is much higher, then Chinese want to import. Okay, Chinese people want to import from US because made in US will be cheaper. Because if China is high inflation, China price is really high. So US people want to sell made in US to China. The Chinese people want to import because made in China is really expensive, okay? If inflation is too high. Then dollar demand will be increased because Chinese people want to import made in US, they want to pay back. So dollar demand will go up. Make sense? Huh? So if China inflation is really high, then dollar demand will go up more than yuan demand. So the yuan will be depreciated. But here, in US really high inflation, then US people want to import. So yuan demand will go up. So it will be appreciated like this. So economic growth rate and inflation rate are showing same impact, but interest rate is negative, different, reverse impact. This is our theory. Okay? So in the theory section, you need to state clearly what impact will be there. You can figure out. We can say this is hypothesis. So in the theory, we are building one of these hypotheses. This is my hypothesis, H0. This is my H0. Okay? Okay? So we expect this one in theory. Okay. But this theory should be proved and tested in real world, in real data. It shows this trend correctly or not. So in step 3, we try to collect data. Collect the data. What kind of data we need to collect? What kind of data? First one is we need to collect exchange rate. Okay? We need to collect. And we need to collect interest rate, Chinese interest rate. There's many different interest rates, but we try to collect the very representative, okay? Representative Chinese interest rate. Okay? Most critical and characteristic, China characteristic interest rates we need to collect. And US interest rates also you need to collect over time. Chinese growth rate also you need to collect. US growth rate, Chinese inflation rate, US inflation rate, all 7 data we need to collect. Where can we find out this data? Okay. Usually we can use we can search Google or from the internet search. But this time because this is international data, so maybe you can go to World Bank, okay? World Bank also has many information about this, but this time I collect the data from Federal Reserve, U.S. Federal Reserve, okay? Federal Reserve. I collect the data from Federal Reserve. So there's several several sources to collect data, but I highly recommend this one. Last night I searched I visited Federal Reserve, and I could download all these 7 data, and I put all the data in the Excel sheet, and then I arrange it over time. Okay, this annual data is not enough, but just for exercise, okay, the class exercise, I arrange it, and I made the database, and then I released on the Blackboard so you can download from the Blackboard. Today we will exercise how to do it. So, but here basically all this is time series data. So we know this is time series, okay? Time series data. Okay? We have time series data. Next one. Next time. Now we have data. Then we need to analyze. Okay? Analyze the data using statistical techniques. Okay. Usually we use the regression techniques. Regression analysis. For the regression analysis, as I mentioned, because this is our general functional form, but in statistics we need to specify the functional form, specific functional form. It could be linear function, it could be quadratic function, it could be triple function, or it could be exponential function, it could be any function, okay, mathematical, okay? Knowledge we have to apply. But very simple way to approach this statistical analysis is use the linear regression, linear function, the simple linear. Simple linear will be like this, okay? Like this. Dollar per VM will be a function, linear function, having an intercept beta 0 plus beta 1, interest China, beta 2, interest US, beta 3 is growth rate of China, beta 4, growth rate of US, beta 5 is inflation, China, beta 6, inflation of US, and error terms. Because the reason we put the error term is exchange rate can be explained by these 6 factors, but this is not enough to fully explain the variation. This variation, exchange rate, might be fluctuated sometimes by speculation. You see, speculation demand. Or sometimes this one can be changed by political decision. Okay, especially China. In China economics, politics is really important factors. This is only economic determinants. Okay, economically important. We did not include any politics. But some politics is already implemented by interest rate. Because politics, okay, Chinese government can change interest rate by the Chinese government's decision. But inflation, this is not growth rate. Sometimes Chinese government has some target goal of growth rate. So these 2 factors might be affected. Okay, it still has some that politics impact is implemented already, but all other politics impact also other politics impact we can consider. All other things are included in added terms, but because we do not consider, okay? So we have to include added terms. So this is our basic, the simple regression specification. So in the theory, what we find out is, in the theory is, beta 1 will be what? Positive, okay? Beta 1 will be positive. We assume in theory, so we expect this one, okay? Beta 2, what is beta 2? Beta 2 should be negative. Beta should be negative. Like this we assume in theory, okay? Because the meaning of beta 1 equal when China interest rate goes up 1%. 1%. How much the exchange rate will be changing? Okay? So beta 1, okay, here beta 1 meaning is when Chinese interest rate is changing 1%, how much dollar per yuan will be changed? This is some, the change expression, okay? I use this delta, but also I can use the round. It's the partial change. Interest China. This is some calculus, okay? Calculus terminology. This is calculus terminology. This is more the difference, okay? Difference terminology. This, okay? Triangle means the difference. Triangle means difference. This is round means partial, really partial derivatives, okay? Partial derivatives. This is the calculus expression. So when all other factors are constant, US and growth rate, all others are constant, does not change, only this change, how much better? So how much better will be changed? This will be positive. But this is positive. Beta 1 is positive. We assume, okay? We found from the theory, but we want to test by using data. This beta 1 is positive or not? We should test, okay? Statistically. We have to prove statistically. That's the reason we are using statistics. You learned the business statistics, okay? You took the class business statistics. You took some of you already took the statistical decision making. But we have another class about introduction to econometrics. Introduction to econometrics. So 3 statistic class helping you, okay, providing you the techniques how to measure this beta 1, beta 2, beta 3, beta 4 correctly. Okay? So today I just want to show you how to measure this beta 1, beta 2. So beta 1 sometimes in statistics, usually in statistics, okay, by using the Excel, we use the beta 1 is equal 0 or not. That has to be only. If beta 1 equals 0 means, what is the meaning of beta 1 equals 0? If beta 1 equals 0, in hypothesis, beta 1 equals 0, if beta 1 equals 0, then Chinese interest rate, if Chinese interest rate goes up, exchange rate, there's no impact. For example, in graph, okay, this is Chinese interest rate. The Chinese interest rate under horizontal line. Vertical line is the exchange rate, dollar to yuan. If 0 means, even though Chinese interest goes up, China interest goes down by the government decision, by many other factors, okay? If China interest rate goes up and down, exchange rate will be what? Exchange rate will be, for example, our real data is exchange rate looks like this. For example, our data looks like this. So real trend, for example, real trend looks like that. China interest goes up and down, but exchange rate never change. Okay? That's the meaning of this one. Beta equals 0. You said the slope equals 0. Slope is just flat. Okay? This slope equals flat. Flat means China interest rates never give impact to the exchange rate. You see? Then our theory will be wrong. Okay? We built the theory, but this theory, if we found beta equals 0 means this Chinese interest rate does not give any impact to the exchange rate. Like this, we can say. Do you follow me? So this one should be tested by t-test. T-test by using t values, we can test it. Let's see. So I want to show you how you could estimate this equation by using this data. So I will okay. In this class, okay, today class, I prepared. I want to show you how to collect the data, how to find the data. This is theory part, and how to estimate this one. Usually, we estimate this equation by using. We will estimate this one usually OLS methods, the ordinary least square method. Okay, ordinary least square method. OLS. Ordinary. I'm sorry. Okay. Ordinary. This is OLS method. Ordinary. Okay. Ordinary least square methods. OLS methods. By using OLS methods, I want to try to estimate this beta 1, beta 2, beta 3. So let's see. I will show you. Okay. I want to go to the Google. For example, on the Google, you can search, like, for example, okay, because we need this data, okay, dollar per VN, okay, dollar per VN. So you can type dollar VN exchange rate data. So if you type this one, you can see some data is shown on the Google's, okay. Right now the 6.20 VN per $1, but we'll see the reverse rate. But there are many different sites to see the data, and US dollar rate table, X rates. So there's many ways, okay. So you can see from many websites you can find the data. But my recommendation is Federal Reserve. Okay? Federal Reserve Bank, St. Louis, LOUIS, St. Louis, okay? St. Louis Bank, Federal Reserve. I usually, if you type Federal Reserve St. Louis, okay, you can see here some economic data session. What is this one? Okay, I want to see the FRED. Okay, can you see Federal Reserve economic data? ED. Federal Reserve is. You click this one. This is the website about the Federal Reserve economic data session. So here, okay, here, I just want to show you how I could find this exchange rate data and interest rate data from Federal Reserve last night. Just I searched it last night, okay? And sometimes I use this one. So I want to show you how to search. So keep in mind this website, okay? Website here in the search. Okay, I will show you, okay? What you know the keyword can I type? Dollar, VN, exchange rate, and type dollar VN exchange rate. Then you can see China-US foreign exchange rate, annual data, daily data, hour and monthly data. Okay? Can you see? So since 1981 to 2014, so you can, okay, just for simple version, okay, you can choose the annual data. Annual data is not enough, but just for exercise, okay? If you click annual, can you see? This is the annual data since 1981. Okay? This is not dollar per yuan, but this is the yuan per dollar. Okay? This is inverse, okay? Inverse relation. So this dollar was appreciated since 1980 through 1990. This 1992 or 3, okay? And since 1995, dollar was depreciated. You see? Dollar was depreciated. Yuan was appreciated since 1995. But not, since 1981 through 1995, dollar was appreciated, yuan was depreciated. China opened the market in 1980 to the world market, but the international trade, so globalization was not grown much since 1980 to 1995, but basic Chinese globalization, international trade, has been expanded and grow up since 1995. It makes sense. So since 1995, we can say, okay, China started to earn more money. China yuan has been more demanding, you see, than dollar. So this trend is really interesting trend we can see. Here, okay, this is the data. So how to save this data? If you click the export, okay, click export. Download XLS, okay? Download by the Excel file. So if you click this one, okay, I will show you and open it. Click and open, okay? Then you can see here. Can you see? Since 1980 through 2014, this is dollar, okay, the yuan per dollar, okay? So how to get dollar per yuan? We need to take inverse, okay? Inverse number, one of this number. Then it will be dollar per yuan. Make sense? To get the dollar per yuan. So from here, I'm going to show you how to get it. Enable editing. So this is dollar per yuan. Okay, dollar per yuan equal this one, and the 1 over this one. This inverse number, okay? Okay? Then this is 0.5 and copy and paste. Copy and paste. We got the number. Do you follow me? Huh? This is the number. We could collect this number, the dependent variable numbers. This is a way to find. Just I'm showing you, okay? So from here, you can collect many different countries' data. You can download and you can save it in Excel file. And then also, I want to show you one more thing, okay? By following this way, also you can type here the search. Other one is China interest rate, okay? China interest rate. China interest rate. So here's, you can see several different options, but if you search, click, the search icon, the interest rate, discount rate for China, interest rate less than 24 hours, 3 months, 90-day rate, immediate rate less than 24, 3 months, 90-day, 3 months. Okay, there's many different interest rate. But we can use discount rate for China, okay? This is the kind of one of the representative, okay, Chinese interest. So I want to choose discount rate of China. But this is, okay, can you see here the data? This one is since 1990, so there's a time difference here, okay? Since 1990, they have data since it's up, but basic trend is downward slope. Interest rate has been down. 1995 interest is about 10%, 9%. But since 2000, Chinese interest rate about 3%. Can you see 3%? That's a discount rate. So Chinese try to keep the low interest rate. Why? To encourage export. Because many the exporters need to produce the made in Chinese product and they want to export. To produce made in Chinese product, they need capital, they need money. So many Chinese manufacturers want to borrow money, okay, get a loan from Chinese bank. If they could if they could get a loan more cheaply, more easily, it'll be better. So Chinese government, to encourage the manufacturers, they try to keep low interest rate. You said at 3%. It makes sense. So this one also you can download, okay? From export. By clicking export, you can download and save it. You see? Like this, you can collect all these things. So, and I just want to ask you to download the data which I saved by going to the week 14. What is this one? International trade week 14, not week 14, but click the group project. Click the group project, okay? The group project icon. Inside you can see dollar-yen exchange rate. Can you see it? Dollar-yen exchange rate data, you can save it. You can save and open. This one was made last night by me. Okay? This is all the data I arranged it, okay? Since 1991 to 2020 to match all the data in terms of time series, okay? So some data is only available to 2020, some data is 2014. So I just, match, okay? I just try to match all the data in terms of the annual, okay, in terms of, each years, okay, on the time series since 1991 to 2010.
So do you want us to pick another country?
Huh?
Like US compared to another country?
Yeah, so some Chinese data is really limited. Some Chinese data is really extended, but most Chinese data is not much, extended. Because they just opened their market since 1980. US data, for example, US data, we are available since 1950. But most Chinese data is available since 1990. So okay, so but in this model we are seeing two countries, okay, two countries data we need to collect. So U.S. times data should be matched with Chinese times data. So to match each other, I have to the time series available period is really becoming shorter period. Okay, so rather than annual data, so in this time, rather than annual data, quarterly or monthly data will be better because there will be more observations. You see? So but this is only annual data, so our observation is not enough. This is not enough to analyze, but this is just for case of class exercise. Okay, class examples I wrote here, but you can see here. Okay. So in Excel, Microsoft Excel, we can learn regressions. To learn regression, you have to go to data section. In the data, we need to find if there's any analysis package, but right now we don't have. So we need to update briefly. Okay, I will update. Okay, briefly go to the file, and option. From option, add in, we have to add in the softwares, okay? Excel add in goal, and analysis tool pack. You can see analysis tool pack and click OK. If you click OK, then you can see data analysis, okay? Because we don't have enough time, so this is, I just want to show you. You can download data analysis, okay? Like this in Excel. You have to, anyway, you have to add in the program data analysis. There we can do something, okay? So data analysis, click. And I just want to show you regression, okay? Regression, click OK. And what is Y? Y called dependent variable. Dependent variable is our exchange rate. exchange rate. And what is independent variable? Independent variable called, I'm sorry, okay. Oh, I made a mistake. Dependent variable should be, dependent variable should be, is the dollar per VN. This is dollar per VN. C1 through C23, including the labels, okay? Label, we are already including the variable labels. X input equal from inflation, growth rate, and interest rate. Okay? The inflation of China, US, growth rate China, US, interest China and US. Okay? This one, just so we can highlight. And then we're gonna use the line T flat also I wanna see and click OK. Confidence interval, okay, later I will see. Okay. I just want to see the simple one. Click OK. Okay, this is our result. Okay, from Excel we could get the outcomes about the linear regressions. So I just want to highlight this one a little bit more, and I want to show you. You see here? Okay, this is coefficient. This is coefficients we got. Coefficients we obtained. So sum is 0 because I don't know what happened, but basically here, let's see. One of our conclusions from bounds from the OLS, okay? From OLS, what we find out is what we estimate is this one, okay? This is coefficients. Beta parameters. Let's see. Let's write down. Can you write down? Can you tell me dollar per VN equal what is intercept? Intercept is we have to slightly move this. Let me make it bigger. Okay. Intercept is this one. Okay. 0.068. 0.068 plus, what is beta 1? Beta 1 equal, this is interest China, okay? I'm sorry, okay? So order is really a little bit, okay? Order is different, but this is beta 1. 0.0069. 0.0069 interest Chinese. And what is US? US interest called negative 0.01. Negative 0.01 interest US. And this is beta 1, beta 2 plus, okay, beta 3. What is beta 3? Chinese growth rate. I'm sorry. What is Chinese growth rate? 0.005. 0.005 growth rate is China. And US is 0, okay? Plus 0.0 growth rate of US. And what is inflation? Inflation China equal negative 0.003. Negative 0.003 inflation of China. And what is the US? US inflation. US inflation called 0.013. 0. Plus 0.013 inflation of US. Oh, this is our result. Okay, for example. Okay. This is our one of the result. So let's compare this result with our theory. Chinese plus. Is it plus? Interest rate plus. This is plus. Yes, this is correct. And US negative. Negative? Yes, negative. And Chinese growth rate minus, but this is plus. Oh, this is passion. And US is 0. This is also passion. And inflation, China minus. Yes, minus. This is right. This is right. Yes. So in our theory, comparing to our, this is really simple version. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, because our time is really a little bit extended. Okay, so please, okay, stay here. because for your term papers, okay, I just want to make some, I just want to show some conclusion. This 2 is matching with the theory, okay? This 2 is matching with the theory, but growth rate does not match. So, short-term impact really makes sense. Long-term impact makes sense. But mid-term impact, we don't know. Mid-term impact is not, okay? It's really questionable. So we want to see this, this is a significant, okay? For example, because this is questionable, okay? Questionable. This is significant one. Just, we can test, for example, 0.005. This is beta, okay, I'm sorry, beta 3 is equal 0 or not. We want to test beta 3. Beta 3, 0, okay, for the t-test. Growth rate, this one, we go to t-test and p-value. P-value, this is really kind of significant, okay? Okay, 6% or 7% p-value. T equal close to 2, but not exactly, but when you look at the 95% upper lower, it includes minus. So at the 5% significance level, we can reject this is equal 0. But 10% we can accept. So kind of significant. So this is not, okay, so this is, even though this is plus, but we need to accept. We can accept this coefficient. So this one is not consistent with our theory, but in real world, this thing happened between US and China. Okay? Even though China economic growth was really high, we already know that since 1990. But still, they export more than import. Okay? Even though Chinese economic growth much higher than US since 1990, but they did export more than import. So in this theory, okay, look at this theory, really interesting, okay? Different from the theory, but empirically, in real world, this thing happened. So even though in China case, even though China's economic growth was much higher than US economic growth, but still they could export more than import. This could happen in Chinese case. This will be really special case, okay? Specific to China. So this will be really interesting result, different from theory, but this is really special case. It could be new theory. Why China showing different result? This is really, okay? Really test, interesting research topic, another research topic you can find. And this is really interesting because different from theory, but in real world it happened. Is it? So this is kind of a really interesting question we could find from research. That's the state of art in research. In research, when we do research, we can find really interesting points. We can develop new theory. Because this one does not match with our theory, but we found something special. Then everybody will be curious. Maybe my analysis might be wrong. Somebody argue, your analysis is wrong because you did not include some important variable. You did not consider China politics. So your result is this one. Okay, maybe many people might argue about my result. But still, this is interesting. Is it? And then you can make conclusion. The conclusion is yes, short term really working well. Long term really working well. But in the mid term, it could be different. Is it? Mid-term theory, the empirical result does not match with our theory. So mid-term is really not clear. It could be really mixed. It's really kind of transitory period. So it could happen in the middle. In the short term, short term is clear, long term clear, but not in the mid term. You see, like this, kind of conclusion also we can drive. But we need to see more. We need to discuss a little bit more about other results. For example, here R squared okay, R squares, and standard deviation. Our observation is only 22, less than 30, so our sample size, okay, our data is not enough to make clear conclusion, okay? So we have some limitation, and R scale is not much high, okay? About 47. 47 is, so anatomy is how much? Anatomy is about 53% is not explained. Only this one, I explained it, 47% of fluctuation explained. 53% is not explained, but based on R scales. So still many things in anatomy we did not include. So this types of, this result might be wrong. You see? So many arguments might occur from this result. But just I try to show you, okay? This is the one example how to prepare your term papers. Okay? You can make 2 or 3 students can be a work group, and you can discuss. You can choose a topic. This, okay, you can choose this one also, but this is this case already I presented to you. So I encourage you to choose different topics. Maybe U.S. and India, U.S. and Mexico, U.S. and Canada, U.S. and France, German, Greece. Okay, you can choose different. Okay, EU. Okay, different countries. Okay, so you can see how it's. Huh? Project 2 is okay. So let's see. Next week you will take the